Here we have a 2010 Honda Jazz VTEC. It's a 1.2 petrol engine. It's got 69,000 miles on the clock. Right, a job I've not done on one of these before is spark plugs. That's the next thing we're going to tackle. Unfortunately on this engine, they're not at the front or the top. They are right down, way down the back here. To access that, I'm going to have to remove this scuttle panel trim, which clearly means I'm going to have to take the wiper arms off, remove the scuttle panel, see what's underneath. I believe there's going to be a second tray which will need to come out, but then hopefully that will give us a lot more space to see what's going on down the back of the engine. Right, I'm going to start by just removing this push-on trim. The wiper arms have got to come off. They are 14mm nuts. Sometimes these can be seized on. You can get a puller tool to take them off. The shaft is tapered, and it's got little splines. The tighter you do the nut up, the tighter the fit is. I think I'll drop the bonnet down for this. So normally if you lift the arm up and just rock it, it will come loose, like so. So yeah, you can see that shaft there is tapered. Splines which just bite into the arm as you do the nut up tight. I should have said make sure your wipers are in the parked position before you start taking them off, so when you put it back together you put them back in the right place. You don't want to start stripping it with the wiper arms up here, then when you put it back together, put the arms down there, you turn the wipers on, and they'll probably clean your bonnet. So you have to bear with me a bit because, as I say, I've never done this job before on one of these. Looks like that probably comes off without these coming off. Right, I'll lift the bonnet up again. Looks like we've got a plastic clip there. Hopefully it won't break, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Oh no, there we go. That's that one. And the same on this side. So just a little push-in clips and cobwebs. Give that a wriggle. Gonna have a rubber hose somewhere here. Oh, there it is. For the windscreen washers. As the washer jets are in this panel. So it looks like you can just unclip that. Pull it off of that wire piece. I'll tuck that back down there. Yeah, that's like a secondary tray, which I guessed it would have. So it looks like we've got 10mm bolts. The wiper motor is also secured onto it. Don't really want to take the wiper motor out, so I'll think I'll just undo these mounts. I can see a fitting right up the back there as well. There's a 10mm bolt. So we'll just take these out and see how it goes. Right, I'll take out what fixings I can get to with this. I'm hoping I can leave the wiper motor behind where it is. And from what I can see, I've got 3 bolts down the back. That's the easiest one to get to. The next one is down there. And the final one I can see is right down here. Yeah. Oh, well, that wasn't too bad to get out. Probably be more of a wriggle to get it back in. It's just to separate the engine bay from the wiper motor area and the windscreen and the plastic scuttle that goes on top. Kind of a heat shield and soundproofing. That wasn't as bad as I expected. Wiper motor, I could probably take out. Actually, yeah, it is only 1 more bolt, so I think I will. There's 1 bolt right down in there. And a multi-plug connector there. It might make life a little bit easier just to have that a little bit more room. If it's only 1 more bolt. And if I don't drop the bolt, yeah, you just got a little tab on the multi-plug connector to push down that releases it. Pull that off. Yeah, oh, that makes life a bit easier, gives me a bit more access space. 1 wiper motor. Running out of space. And next we'll tackle the spark plugs. Right, now all the trims and the wiper motors out of the way, you can see the 1, 2, 3, 4 coil packs there, 1 coil per spark plug. You've got a multi-plug connector which you push the tab down and should just come off. That's it. And you've got a 10mm bolt there which shouldn't be too tight, hopefully. It's still not the best access, but it's as good as it gets on this model. Now that coil should, with a bit of a wriggle, oh yeah, comes out fairly easy. I do keep these in order, but there's no real need to. They could be fitted to any of the plugs. But I like to do one at a time. It's a good idea to, as soon as you get a spark plug out, to replace it with the new one. Just stop any debris going down there, really. Right, that's in there. I think I've got my wrong, yeah, I'm going to get a different ratchet because that one's a bit worn. Hopefully, yeah, the socket's got hold of the old spark plug. There we go, it's an old one. So the new plugs, they do come pre-gapped. You can check the gap with feeler blades, but as a rule, plugs nowadays, they're all pre-gapped. They have a protective plastic sleeve over them from new to stop that getting crushed. But just visually have a look and make sure they're all about the same and not closed up. A good idea to put a little bit of never sees grease on there, copper slip, something along those lines, just to ease putting that back in and hopefully prevent it from getting seized in future. Right, so now we're going to put this plug back in, cylinder 1. See it nipped up. They've got a crushable washer on them to make a good seal when you do them up. I'll show you on another plug. You can see it here. That actually crushes down once it's done up tight. Right, so now that's back in. The coil. And we've got a bolt to locate it and hold it there. That's nipped up. Multi-plug back on. That's it. That's number 1 cylinder done. I'll carry on and do the same for the next 3. 2, 3, 4. And we'll pick up from there. Right, so that's the other 3 spark plugs all changed now. Coil pack's all back in and bolted down, plugged in. Before I go ahead and put the that tray back in there and the scuttle panel and wipers and wiper motor and everything back in, I'm just going to fire it up and make sure it runs as it should. That all sounds good to me. It's running smoothly on 4 cylinders. It's a good sign when you change the plugs. I like to do that just in case you've got a defective plug or something and you fire it up and it's got a misfire. It's a lot easier to obviously rectify it now while the panels are still off. But I shall go ahead next and start the rebuild. Right, I'll start by putting this metal tray, pan, whatever you want to call it, back in. Right, before I put the wiper motor in, I'll just put a couple of bolts in loose. Hopefully I can get the wiper motor in with this in situ. So I'll stop it falling out. Actually, I'm going to put that tricky bolt back in the back. That's it, it's just in there loosely. So that sits somewhere about there. Go and drop the bolt. Always a useful tool to have if you drop bolts like I do. Just a magnet on a telescopic stick. In fact, I think I might use that magnet to get the bolts in down the bottom there. It's a little bit fiddly to get to. You can buy magnetic sockets as well, by the way. So I'm just going to make sure that one has started. Yeah. Right, so they've all started. I haven't done anything up tight yet. I'll get the remainder of the bolts in, just in case that panel needs jiggling around a bit to line everything up. Two left on there, which isn't too bad to get to. And the last one right down there, which my fat hands won't fit into. So I'll see if I can do it with a magnet on the stick again. Something else I've done in situations like that, just a little bit of paper or a little bit of card, push the bolt in so it's a nice tight fit and that'll hold it nicely. so you can get it started and do it up in confined areas like that. So I'll get this other one done down here. And the one down the back there, which I've already started. Nip up this wiper motor bolt down there. I'll plug that back in while I'm here. That should just click. That's it. Right, I'm going to grab my gun now because I'm lazy. That's all back on nice and secure. Next stage, I'll grab the plastic scuttle panel and get that back on. Okay, so the plastic scuttle trim panel. First thing, which I almost forgot, windscreen washer pipe. I believe that went round and under there. That's it. Gotcha. You can see we've got a row of blue clips here, some broken, it's got a couple missing. That washer pipe needed to clip back in there. Okay, so the front edge needed to hook under first, and then hopefully, yeah, that'll sit back down in there. That's it. I've got a rubber trim here which took off. Probably didn't need to take that off, but never mind. I've got two plastic clips to go back in somewhere. And I appear to have lost one. Oh. Got it. So they just push in. Right, now I'm going to drop the bonnet down and get those wiper arms back on in the parked position. Two nuts, two rubber caps. I'll just check the operation of the windscreen washers and the wipers. That looks good. Happy with that, so I'll pop these caps back on. I don't think they need repositioning, that's all good. So that about sums up a spark plug change on the Honda Jazz. First time I've done one, it wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. All seemed to go pretty smoothly. Hope that video helps someone.